The headset locked into place. My vision blurred, then sharpened into rolling cliffs of blood-red stone, the wind tearing through the gorge with a howl that sounded half human, half beast. Bamboo banners whipped in the gale, each one painted with the crest of an enemy clan. Chapter 2 initiated. Multiplayer session active, Glyph online. A faint flicker in my HUD. Then, Glyph's voice crackled through the comms. Tester. Loud and clear. Network sync stable. You're the spear, I'm the shadow. Let's see if this thing breaks when the arrows start flying. I smirked beneath my helmet. Don't lag on me, Glyph. I'm logging everything. Relax. I'm here to watch you sweat. The gorge narrowed. Shadows shifted. 6 figures stepped into view, archers. Not modern guns this time, but tall Yumi bows strung taut, arrows gleaming obsidian in the torchlight. They moved differently than the Chapter 1 ninjas, measured, deliberate, taking advantage of distance. The first arrow hissed through the air, striking my chest plate. Impact dampeners flared, HUD flashing. Damage sustained, -2%. Armor absorbed majority. I surged forward, black blade raised. My boots struck stone, armor whirring with speed boost. More arrows rained down, hissing past my helm, ricocheting from my armor in bright sparks. Each impact registering on my HUD in minor but steady ticks, -1%, -3%, -2%. Pain feedback pricked my ribs, not dangerous but sharp enough to sting. Looks like they finally figured out how to scratch you, Glyph chuckled. I ignored him, leaping forward. The first archer fell in one fluid strike. Another drew back, but my gauntlet snapped up, firing a burst of high-speed projectiles. He crumpled, pinned to the cliff wall. 4 left. I danced between them, slashing, kicking, spinning. Stylish. Precise. Every strike logged. Every counter measured. Engagement time, 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Damage taken, -12%. Armor integrity, 88%. As the last archer collapsed, Glyph's voice came again. Chat stable. No desync. Trying mode. I flicked a wrist command. My avatar bowed deeply over the fallen archers. On Glyph's side, he laughed. Sync perfectly. Good. Multiplayer's holding. Focus. I muttered. This gorge isn't empty. The ground trembled. 2 warriors emerged from the canyon mist, each wielding a nodachi, blades longer than their own bodies. Their ivory masks glowed faint in the firelight. They moved slow, but when they struck, the air cracked like thunder. The first swing smashed into the stone beside me, carving a trench. If it had hit my helm, even the armor might not have saved me. Sub's AI work is showing, Glyph said. They hit harder. Don't get sloppy. I slid in low, blade clashing against Nodachi's steel. Sparks burst. My katana felt light in comparison, but I was faster. I slashed across his arm, pivoted, drove a knee into his ribs. The armor cracked. The second warrior swung. I ducked, spun, my blade carving through his side. Still they pressed. Strong. Relentless. Note: AI Nodachi archetype equals slow/heavy damage/wide swing radius. Recommend dodge plus counter strategy. I finished them with precision. Parry, riposte, strike through the helm. Ivory shattered. The gorge fell silent again. Engagement time, 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Damage taken, -8%. Armor integrity, 80%. Network spike, Glyph said suddenly. Testing latency. My HUD flickered. For a second, the gorge warped. An enemy model duplicated, then froze mid-animation. I slashed through him anyway. No hit registered. Law, I said. Fixable, Glyph muttered. Good to catch now. Autosave enable. Progress saved. Loot shimmered in the dust. A fragment of ivory plating. Item acquired. Ivory shard, crafting component. I sheathed my blade, breathing steady. The gorge stretched on, red cliffs glowing in the false dawn. First wave down, I said. Glyph's laugh crackled through the comm. Yeah, and you made it look easy. But rumor has it the boss fight here makes the Ivory Samurai look like a tutorial. I smiled faintly beneath the helm. Good. I was getting bored. Chapter 2 Progress, 23% complete. The gorge vanished from my senses the instant I lifted the headset. In its place, fluorescent lights, the hum of servers, the faint buzz of tired developers. Across the room, four sets of eyes were glued to the wall of monitors that streamed my every move. Combat logs scrolling in real time, armor integrity flashing at 80%, damage percentages highlighted in red. Dev leaned forward, jaw tight, fingers tapping the desk. That's lower than it should be. Arrows are doing chip damage, sure, but look, 12% gone in just 3 minutes of ranged engagement. That's dangerous scaling. Sub leaned back, arms crossed. Or it's perfect scaling. Finally, he's not an invincible god cutting through paper enemies. The armor did its job. It absorbed the majority. If anything, that's balance working. Glyph raised a hand, half smirking. Hey, don't get defensive. He still made it look stylish. If anything, the chip damage added tension. Forced him to actually close the gap instead of just walking forward eating arrows. Jin flipped his notebook closed. His tone as sharp as the pen clipped to his shirt pocket. Tension is good, but players don't like losing health for what feels like free. If they feel the damage is unfair, we'll get pushback. And pushback costs sales. Dev gestured sharply to the screen. It's not unfair. The AI Yumi archers were deliberate. They weren't spamming shots. They hit, it registered, armor absorbed most. That's authentic. Sub gave a low laugh. Authentic is one thing. Fun is another. If testers start rage quitting at the first volley, what good is your authenticity? I set the headset down on the desk and crossed the room, still breathing a little heavy from immersion. It wasn't rage-inducing. I felt it, sure, but it kept me on edge. Honestly, it gave weight to the fight, made it feel alive. The chip damage made me respect their presence. Dev brightened. Exactly. Jin frowned. So long as it doesn't turn into attrition damage. The player can't be punished just for existing in combat zones. Glyph leaned back, twirling a pen between his fingers. The middle ground is obvious. Scale the arrow damage by distance and accuracy. Point-blank volleys sting harder, long-range shots barely scratch. That way players know they messed up if they get too close, but chip damage at distance doesn't feel unfair. Sub sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose. More conditional coding. Dev smirked at him. You'll live. The monitor's refreshed. Chapter 2 Progress, 23%. Armor integrity, 80%. Engagement notes, effective AI. Recommend counter strategies. Jin tapped his pen against his notebook again. Fine. Arrow chip stays for now. But watch progression. If testers end mid-chapter at half health just from attrition, we revisit this. I folded my arms, nodding. The Nodachi enemies hit like freight trains. They nearly cracked me. If anything, that's where the real danger lies. Arrows just soften me up. Good, Glyph said, grinning. Then Chapter 2's doing its job. Keeps you humble. Dev shot him a look. He's never humble. Sub muttered, not when the AI hasn't killed him yet. The world of stone and wind snapped back around me as I re-entered the gorge. My armor HUD glowed faintly. Integrity 80%. The sting of those Yumi volleys lingered, not dangerous yet, but enough to remind me that arrogance had a price. I slowed my breathing, settling into rhythm. No more walking forward like a juggernaut. From here, I would dance. The first whisper of bowstrings reached my ears. Shadows shifted above the cliffs. Archers again, 3 this time, perched high. Arrows already trained on me. Tester, Glyph's voice crackled through the comms, amused. What's this? You're crouching? Planning? Finally getting smart? Adapt or bleed, I muttered. The first arrow flew, fast, black, singing through the air. I twisted sideways, the shaft slicing the wind past my helmet. Another came from the opposite cliff. I dropped low, rolling across gravel, sparks biting my armor, but no HUD loss. Damage sustained, 0%. I grinned beneath the mask. Better. Arrows rain like a storm now. I was moving. Sidesteps, rolls, vaults over jagged stone. I mapped their rhythm, counted breaths between shots. 1, 2, 3, // gauntlet burst. The first archer crumpled. I didn't give the other two time to aim. I sprinted up the cliff face, hands gripping outcroppings, boots digging into the stone. Their arrows hissed past me, striking where I had been a heartbeat before. Steel flashed. My katana cut one bout clean in half. The archer stumbled back wide-eyed before my blade pierced his chest. The last tried to retreat. My gauntlet snapped up. Projectiles shredded his armor, pinning him into the rock. Silence fell, broken only by the wind. My HUD remained steady. Damage taken, 0%. Armor integrity, 80%. Engagement time, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Look at you, Glyph chuckled. Stylish dodges, cliff runs, arrow counts. You're finally treating this like more than a shooting gallery. I exhaled slowly, scanning the gorge. Efficiency, not ego. Arrows chip too much. I'm not letting it happen again. Good, Glyph said. Because word is the next section makes the Yumi ambush look like child's play, the canyon widened into a natural arena. Jagged stones jutted from the ground like teeth, and in the center, 4 warriors waited. 2 with Yari spears, their tips gleaming with wicked steel. 2 with Kusarigama, chains swinging lazily in the air, sickles gleaming red under torchlight. AI shift, Glyph muttered. Close range and mid-range. Watch those chains, they're coded to snag. I rolled my shoulders. Noted. They moved at once. Spears stabbing forward with lightning thrusts, chains whipping overhead in arcs that sang like buzzsaws. I ducked the first strike, my blade sliding along a spear shaft, redirecting it harmlessly. But the chain caught my arm. Just a brush, but it yanked, dragging me a half step off balance. Warning, grapple detected. I twisted, wrenching free before the sickle followed through. My gauntlet flashed, burst fire forcing the Kusarigama wielder back. The spears came again, precise, stabbing like needles. I redirected one, spun, and kicked the wielder hard in the chest. His breath exploded out as he slammed into a rock spire. The second Kusarigama swung wide. I slipped inside the chain's arc, grabbed it, and yanked hard. The wielder stumbled forward. My knee met his jaw. Bone crunched. Heat dropped. Spears pressed in again, but I was already moving. Dodges, spins, cuts low then high. Their reach gave them advantage until I closed the distance. One fell to a slash across the thigh, another to a spinning strike that cleaved his weapon in two. The last Kusarigama wielder swung desperately, chain rattling, but I severed it mid-swing, then cut him down with one smooth stroke. Silence returned. My armor HUD blinked green. Damage taken, -4%. Armor integrity, 76%. Engagement time, 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Chapter 2 Progress, 37%. I wiped the blade against the ground, sparks fading in the cold wind. My breathing slowed. Not bad, Glyph said. You're conserving integrity, moving like you actually want to survive. I smiled faintly beneath the helm. Style means nothing if you're dead. The real fight hasn't even started. Glyph's laugh echoed in my comms. And here I thought you were invincible. Turns out you're just learning. I glanced ahead, deeper into the gorge. The cliffs narrowed again, shadows thick and alive. Somewhere ahead, the boss awaited. But between here and there, more enemies lurked. And this time I'd respect every arrow, every chain, every strike. The canyon walls rose higher, choking out the wind, until the gorge became a hollow of shadow and stone. Torches flickered on cliff ledges. My HUD pulsed faintly. Armor integrity, 76%. Chapter 2 Progress, 37%.